This conference will now be recorded.
Officially call the meeting to order. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
There is not.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Agenda is approved. Approve regular meeting minutes from February 18th.
I'll move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's passed. On to the monthly financial report and accounts payable.
I don't think you'll see anything different. We have a plaque coming. Do we have a plaque coming for Annie's, Miranda? If we don't, we will in the near future.
We don't yet.
Okay.
I have a couple of other ones to order, so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial report and accounts payable.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's passed. No public hearings. Old business tulip tree market.
Yeah, so I guess what the question I got from the EDA last time was, can we do like Google ads on different months rather than 3 months in a row? And it turns out they need to be what are called ad sets, so they need to be 3 consecutive months. Now, if the EDA chooses not to do this, which I completely understand, we can find another way to advertise a city. I can do a little digging amongst CETA colleagues. But I kind of need to let Tulip Tree know in the near future. They're not prod me anyway by saying you're going to do it or not, but you know, they're a business. So if that's something if we're interested in doing, or if we want to put this off until, you know, summer months and do it then, it's up to you.
Okay, so one question, Kurt, is it, okay, we're saying initial 3 months, so what we would pay Tulip Tree is the 3135?
Yes.
And
That's what
and that's coming out of our total of 9,000?
Yep, and Google ads are just different, you know, they pop up all over the place on your phone than say Facebook, which we tried or did.
So it's a 3-month deal.
Yeah,
So the timing of it would be something we'd want to consider if we did it.
that's correct. So we'd probably want to do it for sure during the festival. So,
Building up to it maybe.
yeah, so what's before September? It's August,
I guess we have a little time then.
June, July, August.
And I know you said that Tulip Tree was asking, so do they want to know a month in advance or do they want a couple months in advance that we're going to choose these 3 months and that we're going to choose to go with them?
You know, I think a month would be fine, because then we can start kind of hammering out what it is we want them to, kind of like they gave us if you remember, they gave us a calendar of what they did for each week for Facebook, kind of along the same lines. We could put out there what we want to highlight, such as you know, shop the block or something's going on downtown or within the city that we want people to see.
When is the Covered Bridge Festival this year?
September, mid-September.
I just wonder, not that I don't want to promote the Covered Bridge Festival, but I almost wonder if we would push it a little bit earlier in the season to promote our biking paths, our Covered Bridge, our camping in the park, I don't know, I feel like the Covered Bridge Fest raises money to do their own
Oh, sure.
campaigns per se.
And we could have them do one too for
I
a
want to draw people to our city.
fundraiser for the pool as well. We could put that out there.
So, I don't know, it's just a thought.
Well, even if you did June, July, and August, you could hit August a little bit with the upcoming festival.
Right.
Yeah, we could just say
maybe go mid-June to mid-September type of thing.
Do we have any other ideas for advertising, or is this kind of our,
As of right now, that's,
We've got Zabel on the agenda later. I think we should talk about it a little bit. 'Cause they're doing some promotions too, so.
yeah, but that's all I have for you right now is tulip tree.
I just moved to table that until next month.
old business B is Annie's loan?
Yeah, just a heads up that Annie's loan has been, all the documents have been signed and sent off today. I sent the mortgage, it's called a mortgage, papers to the county for registration. So, yeah, that's good to go. So what I'll do is I'll contact Annie and, because we wanted to kind of take a look at her books after the first, well, her money after the first quarter she was with. So I'll be in contact with her next couple weeks to get her information. And I'll bring that, when I get that, I will bring that to the next meeting.
Old business C is daycare?
Yeah, just a heads up too, the school, which has been for sale, has dropped price pretty significantly. I think they went 350,000 for that now. And since they've done that, I've spoken to two different people about a possible daycare. And I'm not getting really excited about it yet because these people that I spoke to have no idea what a daycare entails. They just assume you throw a daycare in. And one guy asked for a loan for the entire amount. That's something separate. But they have, and Brian received a call for a citizen who was interested in buying it and making it into residential. So I think we're aware there's an EDA, whoever buys or whatever they want to do that place, they're probably going to come to the EDA and ask for some funding of some kind. But since they dropped that price, the place is really a lot of interest in that.
What was it, 500?
I think it was 550 originally.
It came down to 350.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's a church that's selling it?
Yeah, yep. The church is still in, yep. So there will be changes to that spot. The only negative of that, and I've spoken to this before, is, it's been a school forever and kids were in and out of there and it was fine. Well, now, as soon as you change it, an engineer's gonna have to come in and take a look at it, and there's gonna be probably some things wrong with it that they're, to bring it up to date, no matter what they want to do with it. So, just a heads up.
New business, A, lots.
Yeah, this was interesting. On Thursday, Miles and I met with two people who represent Legends of Cultivation and the realtor, Brian Haugen. He called the meeting and they're interested in the EDA lot. Well, both lots. And they are a marijuana producing corporation. And they would put a 5,000 to 8,000 square foot building on the lot and grow marijuana. It's not retail. So the county allows, you can have as many manufacturing as you want. They don't have so many retail. But these guys, they're young. I believe they're from Chicago. Like I said, they've got a realtor working with them. They were very interested. They were very well versed in the cultivation of marijuana. So it was interesting because one thing I told him, I said, listen, let's say you buy this land, because the EDA is very open to selling this land. I mean, I think we'd agree with that. And if you buy it, you have to have a public hearing because we're selling city land, so you gotta have a public hearing. So you may get some kickback from people because you're going to open up a marijuana. Well, and he was, hey, but we recycle the water, I go, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you're raising marijuana in town. And I'm not saying it's gonna be all negative. I'm just saying you'll get some people who are gonna be upset about that. So be prepared, and they were. They said that when they start, they'll need like 7 employees if it turns out. And then eventually, and I thought this was crazy, anywhere from 70 to 80 full-time employees in a place like that. That's producing that. They need 3-phase power. 3-phase power, which is available. They are in contact, Brian Haugen is put in contact with Bill Angerman, our city engineer, just so they know everything it's about. Like I said, it's a young couple, but they were, and Miles and I met with them, were very well versed in what needs to be done within the building and everything.
So it's not just growing, are they gonna package it?
Yep.
Process it?
Yep. And then,
Okay, so it's a whole,
but they won't sell it there, yeah.
but they're actually grow it too, though.
Yep.
So they're gonna grow it and then,
Is that indoor?
interesting.
It's growing indoor.
They're building a big one in Rochester.
John Stussey's,
What's
all
that?
the plumbing, they've got a huge facility in Egan.
Oh, wow.
So it's not the same group though that
No,
you're.
no, no, no. So is there, have they done one before? Is this their first? Do they have other facilities, other facilities?
They have other facilities. Yeah, what they spoke of. But I have their email address and to kind of keep up to date with what they're going to do. Like I said, we had that meeting Thursday and I haven't heard anything from Brian since then, but
But from the outside, you're gonna see a building. That's it.
yeah. And in all honesty, it fits our codes. Miles brought the codes over. It's in a spot, it's basically in its own spot, you know where the EDA lots are, it's kind of out in the way. It would fit very well.
Certainly city water, right, out there in
Yep.
sewer.
Yep. So, water and sewer. And like I said, 3-phase power is available there and, yeah. So, yeah, we had that meeting on Thursday. It was pretty interesting.
Are they from our area or
No, I'm from Chicago. I think
They
they're
just
from the East
randomly
Coast.
pick Zumbrota or?
Yeah, they kind of look for land that's for sale in smaller communities around to try to keep prices down rather than a large community. But yeah, they were. And so I said, so if you have a public hearing, it'd be great if you're here to answer questions. He said, oh yeah, I'd love it, man.
What do you know about the one in Rochester?
I know the guy that's doing it. It's Killen, that owns Killen Towing and Killen's.
Oh yeah. Where's it at?
It's right there by, where KTTC is? Same road, just south 2-3 buildings. It's called Float, Float.
Right in downtown almost. Like KT's. Oh, you mean on this end?
Here. Up here,
On
yeah,
the
on
north side.
52 there, yeah.
Okay.
It's a big warehouse and he's been putting a lot of social media, the conversion of it, and I'm wowed by the equipment they need to put in to grow this, because he's doing the same thing as, he's not selling it. He's starting it from a seed and growing it and packaging it and selling it to a distributor,
He's a wholesaler.
yeah, he's a wholesaler, but this facility, I think, is like 60, 70,000 square feet.
How many employees do they have, do you know?
I can't answer that right now.
I'm sure it's like any seasonal, like our business, any greenhouse growing, you're busier during your growing seasons. In your off season, like they all,
50 to 70.
Employees almost sounds like a packaging line and all that,
right,
Yeah, to be honest, I'm guessing they'll grow all year round.
probably.
I think it's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, the charges to develop business and get jobs, right?
Well, it's a pot that's being stirred pretty,
No pun intended.
pretty wildly right now.
Todd, where's that one in Rochester? It's not in that KTTC? building?
No, where that building is, it's 2 or 3 buildings to the south, same side of the road. It used, I think it
On
used,
52?
Royal Tire used to be there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a big warehouse, and I think there's a used car lot
Yeah, there is.
right next to it or a part of that property.
Weird, sir.
Yep, that's what it is, yeah, because
Huh.
they're looking at buying one of my buddy's commercial properties, moving that car lot
Oh,
to Chester.
Kind of makes more sense to grow it inside, to be honest.
You have to control you can control everything, just like the greenhouse, I mean,
Yeah, sure.
you can control it and keep it weathered a lot better. But the stuff that you need, the equipment, it's crazy, because I've watched a lot of social media.
Is it hydroponic or is it
You're way over my head after that.
Well, at least like our business, it's huge, but it's just the special growing media that you need. I mean, it's the soils are, it's not like can't just go buy your house plant potting soil and.
Yeah, there's groups that grow plants in the water and then grow fish in the water.
Yep.
You know, which is kind of interesting too. But, yeah. Well, good, somebody's interested.
Yeah, never.
Well, and I look at it too, something like that is not, I mean, it's gonna be quiet. I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
you're not gonna have a lot of traffic. I mean, 6 cars a day for employees. I mean,
As much as people don't like it, it's part of our life right now. It's here to stay, I think.
I agree.
Nancy Reagan was like,
Nancy, you're right.
say no and I did.
Say no to drugs. That's right.
Never ever had.
Here he is, all these
I've
years
never had
later.
Either, but.
did you get samples though? I mean, did it?
They did not bring some.
Oh.
That was a shame.
Cause we had, when the gummies got popular, Brian got a lot of samples of gummies.
It's not for retail, we were stopped.
The word CBD, not
Oh,
THC.
No.
That's funny.
Okay, we are done discussing that. We will move on to part B, which is the Zabel update.
Zabel, so Zabel had a meeting in here Tuesday morning, and they're looking to purchase, they're kind of shifting their goals here. They're looking to purchase the Covered Bridge Restaurant and/or America's Value Inn. Covered Bridge Restaurants for sale for $750,000 if you're interested. But they toured the hotel, and I think a lot of people have a thought that the hotel is dirty and grimy on the inside, but they were pleasantly surprised it was not. The hotel owner is the same person that owns the Marathon, last name of Patel. And they are open to sell. They realize that they aren't doing anything to promote their hotel at all. They haven't been advertising or be a part of anything in the city. So Zabel's kind of shifting that way as far as because it'd be a whole lot cheaper to buy that hotel and renovate it than to buy land and build a hotel and go that way. It doesn't mean they're not looking for land to do all this. Miles and I had a meeting with Dan, who's a part of Rebound. He was asking about city financing, and so we listed things that are available throughout the EDA or the city. Some things that this Zabel is, like Nature's Grind is now open 7 days a week. There were 6, I believe. Bridges Cafe, I think a lot of you know, is moved on. Well, obviously it's Annie's. Coffee Mill is for sale. The people who originally thought about opening Blue Duck, they have closed their restaurant in La Crosse. They opened a second La Crosse. And now they're looking at Zumbrota. I couldn't say if they're very good friends, but they're acquaintances with Todd Fitz, because I don't know the relationship. And he's kind of in the restaurant scene. And so they'll still be looking at Zumbrota. But yeah. And Zabel does they do have kind of like you said, Bob, with advertising. I think Zabel would be very open to partnering with some advertisements for sure with the city, if that's something we're interested in. It's the guy who runs the campground in Zumbro Falls. His name is?
Waters,
Blake. Yeah. Blake seems to be
He's really good.
yeah.
guy for advertisements and stuff.
And so it's Cole Nelson
Yeah,
from Maverick.
Cole's good.
Them two work team to team, and they got that podcast. They do a lot, so.
So
I think what I think about with them is they've got 2 arms, Zabel. They've got the business development, which would be the restaurant and so forth, but then they got the promotional group. And, we've talked about, should we get a chamber in town? And I still don't know exactly what to do because of their involvement. I was interested in pursuing that this year, but we need to coordinate, not shoot each other in the foot. What I see Todd and Blake doing, they're big promoters.
Mhm.
It's a lot of rah-rah, which is fine. It's good and needed. I think a chamber is bigger than that. I think a chamber works to get the businesses working together and so forth, where, and Zabel will do that too, but it's more promotional than it is just the business end of coordinating the businesses. And so I'm not exactly sure what's developing there and how that'll go. Would they be eligible to get funds from us if we wanted to work with them? Or are they not a nonprofit?
That's a good question.
That is something, yeah.
Funds for such as promotion?
Well, for example, if we had a chamber, I think it'd be logical for the EDA to give some money to the chamber every year to promote some rota, you know, and
I would assume no, since we were not allowed to give it to Ziva, I would assume that this group would also be the same.
that's my thought. Whereas a chamber, you could, I think.
Yes.
Would it be almost better just, I mean, look at keeping with Zabel or Zabel and just piggybacking off them and growing the chamber side a little bit with them, because they got that nucleus. And Zabel is more, not just some road, it's the area. I mean, it
The
can be, yeah, I mean, and I think with the chamber, it might be better to expand a little bit further with an area versus just keeping it more as umbrella.
Ideally, if you could have a region or a multi-city chamber would be ideal. I know Pine Island is very weak. They've got one, but I think it's
They
not.
were very strong for a while. And then they were very strong for a while, but they're not
Zappa
now.
doesn't have one. Monomingo does not. Goodhue does not. Well, they've got a little one, very, very little.
Who does?
Goodhue,
Oh, do they? I guess I haven't even heard. Real small.
5 or 6 people maybe.
Because when they have meetings, because you've been, there's a lot of business people in it. It's almost, you can just roll that.
I think it had to work hand in hand is my point, but, it just seems like it should be studied if we're interested in having something like that someday. When you look at Lake City and Red Wing and Cannon Falls, they all have real strong chambers. And I think they do help their communities.
Do you know anybody on any of those chambers?
Uh,
Do you know any people that are actually on them?
I'm in every one of them, actually. I'm not in leadership, but I'm a member through Habitat.
Would anybody maybe be willing to, if we could get some business owners to, meet up one night, would anybody be willing to come in and maybe say,
Well,
hey,
that's the
this is
point.
what we do? And
I think what has to be done is somebody that understands how chambers work, which I know a few people.
Mhm.
If we could get them to come down and I think it takes going around to every business and just talking to them and,
Mhm.
what does a chamber do? What would you want from a chamber, after they visit, to get a real good feel for it? I don't know that just a survey would do it. I think you
Right.
almost need some personal contact.
Mhm.
But we'd have to coordinate it with Zabel because, again, I don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot and I don't want to interfere with what they're doing. It's just what's best for the community or in the area. So,
Aren't they doing two different things though?
ooh,
A chamber versus Zabel?
kind of.
But yes.
I mean, I feel like.
The promotion
chamber
would
is-
be the same, but that could be coordinated.
Right.
But whatever else the chamber does, if they work with the communities to
I
promote
feel like it's a
certain.
lot of collaborating
Yeah,
and working
yeah.
together, where Zabel is trying to bring outside people in or grow and build.
Yeah.
And yes, your chamber will probably do some of that, but I feel like a chamber is to bring our local businesses together.
Keep them working together and develop, and it could be bigger. You could include the surrounding communities if you wanted to, if they're interested. But, yeah. We are kind of the hub here in Sombrota for a lot of these communities, I think.
Yeah, central.
But I just don't know what to do next. I mean, with Zabel, I wasn't able to be at the last meeting. So,
Let me ask Todd Fitz's thoughts on a chamber.
well, he was a.
Discussed it with him one time at one of the meetings.
We had
We
the
did.
one in January and he was kind of poo-hooing the chamber at that point because he thought they could do the work but
Yeah.
again, I don't know that they know what a chamber does.
To see what the Lake Cities and the Red Wings, more Lake City than Red Wing because they're more our size, how the structure is there amongst the chambers, if they're volunteers, if the city funds it to a part, do they have a part-time employee? I mean, I don't know how the structure is. Me being from Sturtville, I know Sturtville's got a pretty active chamber too, but I just don't know what the structure is.
Well, I'll see if I can get some information from probably Cannon Falls is part-time employee. Lake City, for some reason or another, has got 2 employees or 2.5.
They get huge money from the marina. I mean, it's the same thing with Wabasha. It's the same thing with Red Wing. They generate a lot of money from the marinas. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the structure is, if they have any type of bylaws or anything like that, that we can kind of.
I've got copies of some bylaws that I could share, so.
I know Lake City has different levels that you can be a member of. If you're at a higher level than you get to. Yeah, as a business person. Good research on it.
Well, I'll gather some information up, but it's probably gonna take some funding from us if we want to promote it, just to get somebody involved that can, because I don't have the time to run around and talk to every business. And I don't know if anybody else does. But you almost need to understand what a chamber is to do that, so.
And be a people person and get everybody on the same page.
Are most chambers staffed with full-time?
No, they vary a lot. I think Cannon Falls has got a part-time director. They used to have a full-time and they went to part-time. I think Pine Island.
I think theirs is volunteer.
They
would
got a
be
lot of
my-
volunteers. They may have one part-time person that does their administrative work. Lake City's got a couple of employees. Red Wing's got about 4. Northfield's probably got about 4. So it varies. But I think a part-time person for Zumbrota to start with would be sufficient. So, but it takes a person to keep it going. Because volunteers just get burnt out and they lose it, you know. All
Okay,
right.
if there is no more discussion, we will move on to the.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Were you done with Siegel?
Yeah, I was, yeah,
Okay.
yep.
The EDAM membership.
Yeah, every year we submit dues, EDAM. So it's Economic Development Association of Minnesota is what it stands for. They offer trainings. They're there as a questions to answer about anything you need for economic development. They're very handy. We've renewed this since I've been around, which is 3 years and several years before. So the renewal rate's $335 to continue our work with Economic Development Association of Minnesota.
How much is it?
$335.
Question, Kurt, on it. Is that something where, are they a resource to maybe like a chamber or not
It could
necessarily?
be. Well, Joan, I don't know. I can find out.
Yeah, just to see, I mean, what it is, but maybe they have some helpful hints
Yeah.
on chambers.
Have we utilized them at all, Kurt?
Yeah, I use their website quite a bit, especially when it comes to like revolving loans and things like that. So,
Mhm.
yeah, they're handy, that's for sure.
Okay.
I'll second. All
Aye.
in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Last would be reports, update on KP department.
Permit was just issued or asked for this week for start of demolition. So,
Now, they're not KP apartments, they're technically Bridgeview, correct?
correct.
Bridgeview now.
All right.
Town center.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the other one called?
Town center.
It is.
Town center.
Bridgeview is the new one
Bridgeview.
and Town Center is the current.
They will start demolition. You'll start seeing, I'm sure it'll go pretty quick. They were gonna give away the safe door to somebody, and I don't know if they did or not. I wasn't really
Home
interested.
to the bank.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what you'd do with it.
It's a big heavy door.
the big coffee table.
Go for
If
it, Kurt.
there is nothing else, we will adjourn.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, Lindsay. Amazing.